One second. Okay. Thank you for coming for International Men's Day. Today being the International Men's Day, and we will be talking on the men's role in the society, how they are contributing to society, and how in return the society is treating the men. Whereas when we see it, in building the nation, man has contributed a lot of the things in terms of his heart and his blood and butter and everything he is putting for the safety of the nation and even for the safety of the family. So we will start with one of them, and please do share your views. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅನಿಸಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಪುರುಷರ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆಯನ್ನು ದಿನಾಚರಣೆ ದಿನದ ಮಹತ್ವವನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿ. ನಿಮಗೆ ಏನ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ? ಹೌ ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್?
Good morning. So it is. I'm happy to be a part of this Men's Day participation for reaching out to all the men there, and happy or not so happy reasons, we are all there to support each other. And yeah, I wish every man in the world happy International Men's Day. Thank you.
Ask Suresh to say a few things on the International Men's Day and what he has got it from what he has learned from the street, and and what is his view. Suresh. Suresh. Okay. Uh, Darshan, okay. Okay. Now he's Darshan. He is a part of the SIFF member, and we will have few words from him as well. And he will try to say what is Men's Day and what is the importance of the men's in the society today. And he will share his views with us. Please, Darshan. Why is it not coming? No?
It is a big achievement because Women's Day has been celebrated from a long time, whether it is in a corporate or in media or even in social media, it has been glorified so much. Whereas ಈ ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಡೇನ ಒಂದು ಬಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಜೋಕ್ ತರ ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ ಮೆನ್ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ when they say. And we are very thankful for people like this Save Indian Family Foundation that all supports uh, men, that also supports the family, enhancing the family. And which I feel the world has to move ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ we need both men and women. So we are not here for a competing with, we are better than women ಅಂತ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. Our more agenda or the more purpose or a goal is, it's a collaboration. It is never about a competition. So we strongly believe that, and that's why we call it as a family foundation. So it's family brings the two genders together, and it is never about one. But unfortunately, in this society, in this woke, ಈಗ ಏನು woke ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ, so it has been glorified about one particular gender and putting another gender it is in a stake, and putting one gender at a pedestal mode. That's unfortunately sad. We all are humans, and all of us have to be treated like a humans first. Forget about being a man or a woman. But unfortunately, ಈಗ ಕೇಸಿಗೆ ಆಗದೆ ಇರೋದಕ್ಕೆ we need an acknowledgement. ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋದ್ರು ಕೂಡ you will see ಮೆನ್ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಅನ್ಸಂಗ್ ಹೀರೋಸ್. ವೆದರ್ ಅದು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಬಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಮೆಟ್ರೋ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೇನ್ರಿ ಗಂಡಸರು ಆರಾಮಾಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಗಂಡಸರು ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಬಿಡ್ರಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಗಂಡಸಿಗೂ ಒಂದು ಕಣ್ಣೀರ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಗಂಡಸರಿಗೂ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳಕ್ ಆಗದೆ ಇರೋಂಥ ನೋವುಗಳಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಗಂಡಸಿಗೂ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ರೀತಿಯ ಶೋಷಣೆಗಳಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಅವನೆಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಬಂದು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇಂಥ ಸ್ಪೇಸಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಓಪನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು, ತನ್ನ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂತ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ನೋವುಗಳನ್ನ ಹಂಚ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಒಂದು NCRB ಡೇಟಾ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಆ, ಒಂದು ಒಂದು ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಸೂಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದೇ ಟೈಮ್ಗೆ 3 ಜನ ಗಂಡಸು ಸೂಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ NCRB ಡೇಟಾ ಪ್ರಕಾರ. ಸೊ 1-2 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ 67% ಆಫ್ ಮೇಲ್ ಸೂಸೈಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬಿನ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್. ನಮ್ ಗಂಡಸರಿಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ತರ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ವುಮೆನ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ವುಮೆನ್ ಕಮಿಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, ಮಹಿಳಾ ಸಹಾಯವಾಣಿ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ, ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಇಲಾಖೆ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಗಂಡಸರಿಗೆ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾಟ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಅವಾಗವಾಗ ಗಂಡಸು ಅಂತ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಇವ್ರಿಗೇನು ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಓನ್ಲಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮಗೂ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಜಾಗ ಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದನ್ನ ಜನ ಆಲಿಸಿ ಕೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಒಂದು ಎಂಪತಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ, ಅದಷ್ಟೇ ನಮ್ದು ಇದಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ತರ ನೋಡಿ. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲೂ ಮತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಹೆಣ್ಣಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ ಆತ್ಮಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇನೆ. ನಾವ್ ಯಾರು ದೊಡ್ಡವರಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರು ಸಣ್ಣವರಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಆದಷ್ಟು ನಮಗೂ ಶೋಷಣೆಗಳಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಕಡೆನೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬೆಳಕನ್ನ ಚೆಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಅಷ್ಟನ್ನೇ ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನಮ್ಮ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಸೆಡ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಕೊಲಾಬರೇಷನ್, ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನೆವರ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಅ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವರು ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಆದ್ರೆ ಸಮಾಜ ಮುಂದುವರಿಯೋದು, ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಮುಂದಿನ ಪೀಳಿಗೆಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ತರದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗೋದು. ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದ್ಸತಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ, ವಿತೌಟ್ ವುಮೆನ್ ಏನೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಗಂಡಸಿನ ಯಶಸ್ಸಿನ ಹಿಂದೆ ಹೆಂಗಸಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಹಾಗೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ನಾರಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಹಿಂದೆ ಕೂಡ ಆ, ಒಂದು ಗಂಡಿನ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್, ಒಂದು ವಾರ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವುದೇ ತರ ಒಂದು ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಜಾಬ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಹೋಲ್ನ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹಿಡಿದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಮಾಡೋರಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಗಾರೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಟಾಲ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ನಿಂದ ಮೇಲೆತ್ತಿ ದುಡಿತಾ ಇರೋರಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಬಂಡೆ ಕಲ್ಲ ಮೇಲ್ ಹತ್ತಿ ಹೊಡಿತಾ ಇರೋರಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಬೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೆನ್. ಈ ಮೆನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಲೋವರ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪಿರಮಿಡ್ ಉಳಿಯೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಎಲೈಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಸರ್, ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆರ್ ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ವೇಸ್, ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಲೋವರ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪಿರಮಿಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ men who are doing it. And we are not telling only men who are doing it, we are also need a support of women to do this. So it is never about men or women, but again on this men's day we want everybody to acknowledge men. Just please don't disrespect us in any way. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಡೋದು. ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರೋಣ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
Okay. So thank you so much, Suresh, for your wonderful thoughts. And I'm sorry, Darshan. So Suresh wants to express his views as well on the men's issues and the men's rights. And I will hand it over to Suresh to please share his thoughts and his opinion about the International Men's Day. Over to you, Suresh. Thank you. आ रहा है? मेरा भी हो जा रहा है.
ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರ ಇನ್ಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ನನ್ಗೆ ಇದು ನಂದು ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವಿಸಮ್. ಸೊ ನನ್ನ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ಮೆನ್, ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಎಂಪವರ್ ಮೆನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಮೆನ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್, ದೇ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟ್, ದೇ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ cities, and they take families. They're very prominent members in the family. So we need to recognize their contribution in the society. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅಂತ ಯಾವ ಡೇನು ನೇಮಿಸಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಡೇ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ನೇಮಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ 2009 ದ ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಡೇ ವಾಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್. ಸೊ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಸಿ ಮಚ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಡೇ. So we as a men should take that initiative. So as I was talking about the ground activism, this is my first activism. ನನ್ಗಂತೂ ಏನು ನಾಚಿಕೆ ಅಂತದ್ದು ಏನು ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. I felt I should come here and empower other men. I wanted to be an example for others to follow. That's what my intention was, and I think I did that today. There are so many members in the SIFF family. I wish everyone come to the ground and see it for yourself how the ground activism is. It's a wonderful experience for me. Uh, if you want to be a leader,
the activism is what will teach you to be a leader. I wish everyone to be a leader. So come to the ground and be a leader for yourself. So I'm enjoying this moment with other fifth members. I wish you all the best. A happy Men's Day. Suresh, for sharing your thoughts and on the issues of the men which we are facing in the society currently. And so, as we have seen broadly, today's a day today where we are celebrating for International Men's Day, where we will be emphasizing more on the importance of the man in the society, as in like what is the role a man has and how important it is to have a balanced society, and in order to run the society very smoothly, and his contribution towards the growth of the nation, where he's putting so much effort in building the nation and in securing his family. And being a man, he's securing not only a family and being a soldier, being a worker, being a farmer. He's putting his complete effort in bringing this society. So this is this is this is basically a main role which a man is playing in this society. And when we say about the equality should be on the both the sides. But whereas when we see in our day-to-day activities or in our day-to-day the incidents, what we see, there is a clear cut visibility that men are not being treated equally, and they are being harassed even at the home, from his egregious behavior from his wife's egregious behavior. And from when he steps out of the society, he will get scolded from his boss in the office. And when his family matters gets into the when he goes out of the house, when he enters into the station, even the police are getting harassed, are harassing the husband. And even further it gets aggravated when the matter goes to the court, where even in the court, husbands are being made or compelled to have a financial burden and the emotional burden which he is going through in the court. And this is what is putting a lot of pressure on the men. And due to these kind of pressures, which is mental in nature, the lot of men are committing suicide. And when we see and understand the data which is there in the NCRB, it clearly shows that the suicide rates in the men are more as compared to the women, as per the data. Whereas in the TV channels or in the newspapers and all, we see it is always the women who get committed suicide and all those reports and all came. But whereas when we see the ratio, it is 1:3. When one woman gets suicide, on the other side, by the time a 3 person will be committed to suicide. That is really sad, and it is also it is heartbroken that none of the authorities are giving a proper look on the men, and like how they can fix these issues and how to resolve the issues the men are currently facing in the society. That is something which needs to be looked after by the authorities from the both judiciary and even from the police system, so that at least the man gets feel safe in the society, and he's being treated very well. So we will go to Gauri Shankar, and then we will ask him to share his opinion and his experience on the men's issues which we are facing. We will hand it over to Gauri. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. Hi guys, I'm Gauri Shankar Krishna from Bangalore. So today we are celebrating the Men's Day event at Vidhana Soudha. So we have got lots of banners, and then we are doing it from morning 6 o'clock here. We have arrived at 6 o'clock. In today's generation, if you can observe, most of the Indian families, it is treated that men is a breadwinner, even despite at the cost of his own mental health. As per the mental health data which is given by National Mental Health Survey of India in 2015 and 16, it says that 10% of men in India suffer from mental disorder, with suicide rates for men being significantly higher than that of women. That is 71% of suicides in India are by men. This is as per the NCRB data of 2015 and 16. And not only this, usually what will happen is whenever a man says that he is going under any mental trauma, the other guys will try to say that you are a man. You should not be thinking in that way. You should always try to stand for yourself. You are the breadwinner of the family. So all these words will be said to him rather than trying to understand what is the mental health issue or what is the problem which he is trying to face. Whereas when a woman says the same thing, everybody will try to come and then try to support that. So the main purpose of one of the main purpose of International Men's Day is to ensure that social stigma is removed from the men who feels that they should not be disclosing about their mental issues to the public. So International Men's Day, one of the main thing which I've told you is to ensure that stigma is removed. And if you can observe, men always plays the major role in all the families, but men has been always uh, been suppressed to not disclose about their mental health issues. That's what- Please continue.
How to end? Eh.
Hello.
Mm.
Okay, hi again, everyone. So today is 19th November 2024, and we are celebrating International Men's Day. So we have thought of bringing in a questionnaire just to give an insight to the world, like what men's right is all about. So we have our Save India Family Foundation volunteers. We have Gauri Shankar, D. Patil, and Suresh. So I'll be asking a few questions, and they'll be addressing the answers related to men's right. Okay. So, guys, what is International Men's Day and why should we celebrate it?
International Men's Day is a day where we celebrate the Men's Day, and we will be talking about the contribution to the men's side in the society and the challenges what he is facing in this society. So the challenges what he is facing in the society, be the mental health which he is facing due to the lot of pressure from the family side, even from the office side, and when the issues goes beyond out of the control, and when he steps into the outer world where he gets harassed from the judiciary and even from the police system, that is when man gets completely breakdown, and he takes a drastic step in ending his life, which shouldn't be a case. And when we see a certain data which is published from the central government itself, where it clearly says that the number of suicide rates in men are actually more as compared to the women. But still, we have been brainwashed in the society saying that women are more prone to the offense and they are the victims. But actually speaking, in the reality world, men are the one who is getting harassed and from the all the angles. So now I will ask Prashant to take it on further and then have a further discussion with Gauri. Thank you.
Okay, so we move on to our next question. So, hi, Gauri. So, how does SIFF, that is Save India Family Foundation, tie into International Men's Day?
Save Indian Family Foundation is a 20-year-old NGO which has been started by the people who have got false cases again 20 years back.
Sorry, it was not audible, so I'm repeating. So the question was, how does SIFF tie into International Men's Day? Before I answer that question, I just try to give a briefing about what is SIFF and when it has been started. SIFF is Save Indian Family Foundation, which has been started around 20 years back, and it SIFF has addressed the misuse of laws like 498A. If you can just search in Google most misused law in India, you can always see, you can easily see the first answer which it will be giving is 498A. Section 498A, it clearly says it is a gender biased law. If you can just search that, on top of it, at the starting itself, you can see a man or a husband. So it is a clearly gender biased law. And if you can look at the NCRB data of 2020, so NCRB data of 2020 says that over 3,000 cases has been 3,498 cases has been filed. Out of which, just only 6% of the cases where the men have been convicted, which means around 94% of the cases where it has been proven that the cases are done due to false allegations. So SIFF has contributed in ensuring that men will not get arrested directly just because of 498A. Because of SIFF contribution, the direct arrest of men have drastically reduced. Earlier, it was around more than 90 or 95%, or almost near to 100%. Now, the arrest in 498A case has been reduced. So, that is the main contribution of SIFF towards IMD. But,
So, basically, SIFF advocates for equal custody of right to equality involved in the gender suffering. So, basically, what they're trying to address is bring legal reforms, and also fight on issues cases. So moving on to our next question. So how do you respond to those who claim that men's issue are not as significant as women's issue?
Men's issues are definitely as significant as women's issue. Again, yeah. The question is, how do you respond to those who claim that men's issues are not as significant as women's issues? It is, for example, if you can take again one more data which I'm talking about, that is NFSH 2019 and 20 data. It reports that 88% of Indian men feel that they must provide financially for their families, often at the expense of their mental health. So men who are involved in giving caregiving or parenting, they try to provide the financial support to the family despite of their mental health, and they'll consider the mental health to be the secondary thing than considering it as the primary aspect. And 25% of the fathers have always reported that they have to feed their child. That is their main responsibility, and they'll consider that as a positive masculinity, and they'll try to ensure that it is this positive masculinity will try to nurture the behavior of the children in a proper way. But they're trying to do that at the cost of their mental health, which is a very, very wrong thing, considering that they'll have a long-term effects.
Okay, so we'll move on to our next question.
Can
Okay, so what does International Men's Day mean for men's mental issues? Mental health.
international men's The question says, what does the International Men's Day, that is IMD, means for mental health issue? So IMD is important for addressing the mental health area that is often neglected by the by the men. As per the NCRB data 2020, it says that 71% of the suicide cases are there in India are committed by men, whereas 29% is by other gender. So, which means we can clearly say that men are having more mental issues and they need more mental support than anybody else. So, IMD encourages men to break that social stigma of mental illness and seek help from others. Many men in India suffer in silence due to societal pressure, which can be eradicated or which can be reduced if we can try to promote this International Men's Day. We'll take last question. You can ask anything. You can check and ask.
Okay, so we'll take one last question. So how do we break the cycle of toxic masculinity in India?
How do we break the toxic masculinity in India? Breaking the toxic masculinity requires redefining the social expectations of men. Like I've said earlier, men are considered to be the main breadwinners, even at the cost of their mental health. So, like I've said earlier, again I'm repeating with the data, the NIPCCD 2020 data, that is National Institute of Public Corporation and Child Development, found that children raised by fathers are more likely to exhibit behavioral problems and raised by not by fathers. So if it is raised only by mothers or if it is raised only by a single parent, then it will be having a problem. So that's why IMD promotes those positive examples of masculinity to show that true strength is about nurturing. So if men has to nurture the children properly, first they have to be mentally well. So they have to come out of this societal pressure, and then they should try to first take care of themselves before taking care of the children.
Okay, thank you, Gauri. So we request everyone to join in. right again. Can go, minus